Okay. All right. Whoops. Please don't make those noises. Goddamn. Already. Just, oh, God.
I have moist lips.
Oh, my God. Stop. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to a very unhinged episode of Coffee Talk. What a week. What a time to be alive. We have our guest, the one and only, my new fiance,
Whoop, whoop.
Mr. Dano Perez.
Thank you. Hold the applause. Hold the applause.
I am holding the applause. If you guys would have seen the warm-up he just did.
Oh man, can I try it once again? Blue barbershops, unique New York boutiques, boutique. I'm so sorry.
Dano, so if you're on Patreon, you know that we just uploaded a behind the scenes, and Dano heard the way he was speaking, and he was like, "Oh my God, why do I sound like I
need to enunciate
Baby,
my words."
You're from we're from New York. You don't enunciate.
Yeah, but like I sound like I sound like.
Okay, baby, start them off with what you're drinking in your cup, please.
All right. Well, right now it's probably whiskey.
That's a joke on the mug he has, audio listeners.
It's some sweet Prosecco.
Yes, it's some trashy, disgusting Prosecco that I accidentally bought because I didn't know that it said sweet. Sweet was very small font.
Literally on the bottle.
It was on the back of the bottle and it was very small font. Very small. Very small. The bottle looked very promising.
It literally said sweet Prosecco.
It did not say that. Okay, I'm having my own version of a French 75. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, or grab a freaking martini because, baby, this is Coffee Talk. Cheers, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We're newly engaged, guys. Some life updates. We are newly engaged. This man right here.
It's been a week and change.
A week and change. This man right here got down on a knee.
Actually, I got down on both. I did a one.
He just started praying.
I did a one knee, and then I was like, oh shit, wrong knee, because I did some homework beforehand, and I was like, what's the traditional way of doing it? And it was like left knee, hold the ring on your left arm, on your left hand, open it with your right. And I was like, okay, got it. Practice it probably 2 days beforehand. The day of, I was like, all right.
You practice it? Where? In the apartment?
Yeah. I was like,
thank God we don't have the cameras anymore.
Doing lunges and stuff, you know what I mean?
We went shopping at TJ Maxx, and I could tell that he was thinking about if the pants he was getting were stretchy.
They needed to be stretchy, yo.
He was like, I like these because they stretch. And he whips out a lunge in the TJ Maxx dressing room.
I do, I propose, and then it's rip, and it was like...
Oh, God, that would be so memorable.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but no. You know what I mean? But I did, so when I proposed, I did right knee first, just out of instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I was like, oh shit, no, I need to switch. And then I got up and then went back down.
Yes. And I turned around as you were coming back down.
As I was coming back down. I was like, okay, good. But I guess from your perspective, it was I was waiting for you to turn around.
Yes. It looked like a complete descend to me.
Yes. No, I was there before.
Yeah. Oh my God.
For a good couple seconds. I was like, oh shit, no.
I still have that vision in my mind. I'll never forget that feeling in my mind.
Yeah. What was the first word you said to me? You said that?
What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing? What?
Guys, we have so much to get to today. A little backstory. We did try to record this episode. We recorded a version of this episode. It's not going to be as good as this one because right now we have ample amounts of energy. But we did record an episode a few days ago, and we had really crazy technical difficulties, which is why this episode is a few days late. It's coming out on whether Saturday or Sunday, hopefully if my computer agrees with me. But I'm getting an editor because I'm sick and tired of it, which is something he said. But we have so much to get to today. We're going to talk about the congestion pricing in New York City because some of you are really pissing me the F off. I did an entire series on the congestion pricing in New York, and we'll talk about it, how I want it to work, but I have doubts. People's attitude towards it is really making me sick, and I'll explain why later. We're going to talk about Bad Bunny's new album. Bad Bunny, to me, is a generational artist, and we're going to talk all about it because, obviously, you guys know Dano grew up in Puerto Rico. He is full-blooded Puerto Rican, and I'm so excited to... I mean, I just love your culture. I think it's just
It's the best.
I mean, but it's like made you exactly who you are and like the dream man that I have. Okay, sorry, gross. And we're talking about the TikTok ban because I didn't tell you this, but I got into a screaming match with my mother today over this. So yeah, we'll dive into it. This is going to be a loaded episode. I'm actually, I feel like the universe wasn't letting my phone work or the computer work or the recording work for the past episode because maybe they wanted us to record this one.
Yeah, I think there was like maybe this is they're like, let's do a do-over.
Do-over, yeah. We had some...
Redo.
Also, we stopped like a few times because me and Dano were beefing.
Yeah, no, she was beefing with me. I was doing great. I had...
He was being low-key a little mean girl.
Was not.
Okay, no, it's fine.
You
whatever.
were being to me. Let's not...
Let's start with the affirmation. Okay, I have an affirmation. Haven't gotten to the affirmation yet, babe. Okay, so why don't you hold your little horsies and your cojones.
All right.
Okay, guys, you guys know I love to start off every episode with a really great affirmation. I think it's super powerful. If you don't believe in this shit, let me tell you, I didn't either. If you told me a few years ago that I would be saying affirmations to myself every day in the mirror or in my brain, I also just started reading the Mel Robbins High Five Habit book, which...
I thought you just said I just started reading the mail, and I was like, babe.
No.
A little too late on that.
No, Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins, who's an author, motivational speaker. I sat in on one of her like shows one time. She has this book called the High Five Habit, and I've been reading it, and I'm like, it's really interesting. So all of these things that I never ever in a million years thought that I would do, like high-fiving myself in the mirror when it's just me alone, I would be like, girl, you're insane, you're crazy. But now it's like, affirmations really work. So
high five.
We'll get to it in a second. Let's talk about the affirmation. Affirmation of the day. I definitely high-five myself in the mirror.
I will not high-five myself in the mirror.
Okay, well, that's your own thing, but maybe if you read the book by Mel Robbins, you would think differently. Okay, affirmation of the day. And leading into the new year, and me and Dano, this applies to us, obviously, because we're going to be planning a wedding, which is super exciting. Affirmation, deep breath. Baby, take a deep breath. No, take a real one, a real deep breath, not a mocking deep breath. That was dramatic. Okay, deep breath from your diaphragm, not your shoulders. Okay. I know every challenge coming my way is happening for me, not to me. And I know I have the tools within myself to overcome them. I'm just going to repeat it one more time. I know every challenge coming my way is happening for me, not to me. And I know I have the tools within myself to overcome them. Snaps, yeah. So if you got, there's certain things about affirmations, like I always say, if you like really focus and you have to try to connect with the words and really like give yourself that feeling, that little hit of dopamine of being like, yeah, I do have the tools within myself to solve every problem and to overcome every challenge. You don't need to feel defeated when something doesn't go your way. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's not a failure. It's a redirection. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's always another way. And so
it's a good way of thinking about it too. Like, it's not like you don't have that victim mentality. It's like, oh, why me? Like, it's happening to me.
No self-pity here, babe.
It's more like okay, this is in front of me, and I will tackle this, and I will definitely make the best out of it, and whatever the conclusion is of this will make me the person that I need to be.
Yeah. Solution based.
Indeed.
So, baby,
which I'm a fan.
Yeah. So, baby, let's chat a little bit about the engagement, because you guys know last week I did do a solo episode talking about the engagement and how amazing it is, and this year, like, this is gonna take up like a lot of our year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the main focus for us, and I think it's a lot of like, let's put things on the table. Okay, let's take that out. Let's probably bring it back in. Let's see what works. Let's see what doesn't. But yeah, I'm honestly, like, I am really excited. I'm not even just like saying that just to say that, but yeah, I think that like the combination of both our families and both our cultures, I think is gonna be something that's gonna be extremely memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, it's not no drama, no bullshit, no nothing. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it happens, it happens. But I think the one thing that we lead our families with saying is like, hey, listen, this is the wedding that we want.
Yeah.
This is how these are the things that, like, You know, whether it's extremely traditional or extremely like unorthodox, this is us,
Yeah.
and this is what we want, and that's how we lead things. You know, so when people come in with a certain expectation, it's just like leave that shit at the door.
Yeah.
You know, expect nothing and receive everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm really excited because I've said this to you before, like, I'm really blessed to have a fiance that
Say it again.
a fiance.
Damn
Oh,
right.
you guys in the ring, the ring in my hands. I just got a
Every
fresh
time I
spray
come
tan.
around the
Okay, so
city,
if
bling bling. Sorry.
I just got a fresh spray tan, so my hands look really orange in the camera, but they're not that orange, and I do have to like wash my body a little bit. But
Hey, what are you talking about? You gonna get that tan in the middle of
in the middle of January?
in a
No, I
snow
didn't.
blizzard?
But it does make my ring pop, you know? He did amazing on the ring. If you guys weren't here last week, it's my dream ring.
Really? You're not saying that?
I'm not saying that, like, because you know why?
A lot of work went into it.
I know that, but that's what makes it my dream ring.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that like, there can be a ring in a band with a 5-carat diamond and, you know, a solitaire setting, like, but
Boring.
but that doesn't feel like me. That doesn't feel unique to who I am. That feels like just a pretty ring that, yes, it's gorgeous. And for a lot of people, that's their style. It's classic. It's timeless. But I wanted something, you know, something that is particular to me. That in and of itself is timeless.
Yeah.
And the story of like how hard you worked to just put like the proposal together, like everybody that I've been telling about the work that like he put in for my proposal, like that feeling to me is timeless.
Yeah.
And pair that with like my unique ring, that to me is timeless. Like
Yeah.
the story, the feeling, like there are women who they might get like this huge ring or like, you know, a proposal and a huge wedding, but like it might not be personal to them and therefore it's not timeless. And maybe, you know, maybe they marry the wrong person and something. And like, I know that that's not us. And I guess what I'm trying to say is like, there's green flags everywhere. And I'm so excited that you're like a part of the wedding planning process because it always breaks my heart when I see women like, you know, busting their behind to plan this massive day. And the groom is like, I'm hands off. It's whatever she wants. Or like, I don't know what's going on. I don't care. I
mean, I can see both sides where it's like, you know, women are, and not all women, you know, obviously I'm speaking freely over here.
Yeah.
Not categorizing, you know, everybody under an umbrella, but, you know, it's an important day for the bride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And things that how they visualize their day, you know, like and the day that, you know, it's going to be very special for them, that's memorable for the rest of their life. So I can understand the pressure that they put on themselves and they put on everybody else, and how a groom could be like, all right, just like, this is the way that you want it to be? Fine, I support that. And you know, whether it's like the time, the time that's spent planning, and then, you know, a guy would be like, you know what, this is a good idea. I think we should have like a nice, whatever, like a hip hop hour. And be like, are you kidding me? Like, let's not do that. And be like, all right, then whatever you want then.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
mean? Like, you know, this would be a good color. So what if I have some nice boots on? And be like, oh, you know what I mean? And they'd be like, and the bride would be like, let's not. And you'd be like, all right, fine, then whatever you want. I'm giving examples like
Yeah.
not specifics over here, but like I can see how grooms can be, I don't want to say intimidated, but sort of like, yeah, I guess being like, then whatever it is that you want to be.
Yeah, that's fair. I think what I'm referring to more though is like men that will be like, it's like willful, like being weaponized incompetence. Where they'll be like, well, I don't know what to do. And it's like, yeah, but you could. You're just as capable as I am to know what to do, but you're choosing not to be a part of it, and you're choosing not to learn about it because it's easier for you to not, but you're putting all this stress on the woman in this situation. And I guess sometimes I feel sad for women that go through that because like, I'm so excited to like taste the food with you. And I'm so excited to choose it with you. And like, I'm so excited to, we are kind of treating like our wedding kind of as like a curation because I don't want the theme of our wedding to just be wedding. You know what I mean? It needs to have like a vibe and an energy. And we have the most beautiful Pinterest board going right now. It's really stunning.
It's funny, this whole time I thought like, I was saying in the last episode, I was like, you have a Pinterest that's like never ending. And then, and it's literally just like 21 posts, but the rest is just like the feed they give you.
Like the recommended.
And I thought it was hers. I thought it was like,
there was like a sign in there that was so weird. And Dana was like, I don't know where she's going with this, but all right. Because he thought it was like our wedding Pinterest board.
Yeah. She's like, she shared the board with me. And I was like, all right, sure. Let's like, let me I was in the train. I was like, all right, let me just go through it. And I was just like, oh, this is like, this doesn't stop. This like doesn't, like, why does she have weddings in the desert? Why is it like all pink and blue like wedding? Yeah, it was weird, but yeah, but it is, and I told you that even I started one before you started yours because I knew that we were gonna get engaged, that I was gonna propose.
Wow, so you just knew I was gonna say yes?
Yeah. Yo, if you would have said no, honestly, it would have been like the biggest like knuckleball in my life, and I'd been like, I didn't like hold on, like. I would have started laughing. I would have been like, wait, what? Like, really? Like, hold up.
Well, where would you be? Where would you be right now today if I said no a week and like change ago, a week and a half ago? Yeah. Where would you be?
Not with you. 100%. Are you kidding
What would you be doing right now? You'd be in a bar.
Dude, I'll be a hoe. I'll be a fucking hoe.
Straight out?
Drinking.
You wouldn't even mourn me?
Drinking my life away. And being like,
you'd be thoughting that ass out?
The biggest hoe around, bro. Hell yeah, yo.
Really?
The love of my life told me no. The woman of my dreams told me no.
Oh, look at him trying to butter up now. Because you saw the direction I was going in.
No, not even.
Really, a hoe for who? What do these women look like in your brain?
It would have been a dude. I would have been okay with it. Like,
you know what? That's a good answer. A solid answer.
It would have been 6'5" and ripped. I'm like, you're it, dog. Like,
hey, let me try you. Come here.
What size ring are you? Like what's the size ring?
Could you? Maybe I'll stretch this one out and just get it for you. It's her mother's diamond, but don't worry about that.
Speaking of stretching out.
Oh, like, okay. Oh, Jesus, Christmas. Oh my God, this is a family show. No, it's not. Oh, well, you know. Watch. Somebody's playing this in their freaking SUV with their kids in a car seat. Yeah.
But no, you said yes, so we don't have to worry about that alternate universe. But yeah, no, I think so I had like my Pinterest board, and I was like having like these little things, and also like
he's had some. Is that some of the stuff you've shown me in the past? The Pinterest board. He's had some questionable things.
Yeah.
He had a lot of tweed, and I was like, "Are we?" He had a lot of tweed. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are we in Peaky Blinders? Like, what are we doing?"
I like that though. I do like it. I like that whole like the tweed look. It's not a bad like. I don't think it's a bad look.
We looked, you know what it was giving? Babe, it was giving like the poor couple that like worked in the cotton mills, the cotton gins, and they had like their child got stuck in a machine when he was 3 and the wife can't get over his death.
I want the Chippendale hat. You know what I mean? Like I want like that.
What are we doing?
Why not?
Because we're not potato farmers in Ireland. What do you mean why not? Because we don't have a bagpipe. Like, what do you mean?
Can we have bagpipes in our wedding?
We only have those at funerals in my family. Because we're Irish.
Well, it's that of...
That's not how bagpipes sound. Bagpipes are much more...
I'm doing the
You are giving a chicken wing motion right now.
I wanna be a chicken.
Okay. I love that for you, but
don't kiss my butt. All right, so yes, we are getting married. I'm pretty sure that you will give the fans weekly updates.
Yes.
But yeah, I think listen. A lot of people were involved in this, like our very close friends and our close family. It was something that I took pointers on what you've given me within the last couple of years, as far as like, you know, you want your family to be there, and you want it to be, and when it came to the ring, and yeah, I did like my absolute best to fulfill, to complete that checklist. And
You surpassed that checklist.
and I definitely, I'm very, very happy with the outcome, from the ring, starting from the ring, your mom being, I'm forever grateful to your mom and your parents, for like helping me with just giving me like their stone, and being like, I want to pass this down to my daughter.
For those of you who don't know, my mom gave Dano her big diamond in her engagement ring, and then for him to custom make my ring and incorporate into mine. So if you see it on the camera, the bottom circular cut ring, diamond is my mother's diamond, and the pear-shaped diamond is mine.
It sort of made it like extremely challenging, because like trying to do a trois moi with like you know, two stones, and making it look unique, and not like plain, and it was just like, it was a big back and forth, not even arguing, but just like back and forth with the jewelers.
I have to say, like, I really commend you though for that.
Really good job. They really did a good job.
No, they did an amazing job, but also like it's so many of like the moi et trois rings, which are like the ones with the two big diamonds stuck together of different shapes. Like they're trois et moi, right?
Yeah.
Trois et moi.
Trois et moi.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. It's fucking French. So, but a lot of the times it's like just kind of two gems stuck together, and that's really cool and unique. Like I think that they're becoming more popular because it is so interesting to look at. It's cool. It's unique.
Yeah.
But the thing that always kind of like I wondered for me was like, is it going to look? I don't know. I like something to look like symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
a lot of the things,
it's like, I don't know. It's just like my perfect ring.
You're absolutely right, because a lot of the rings that I was seeing, they had like it was like on an angle, and it's like on the side, and they look cute, but like it doesn't look stunning. It doesn't look like, oh shit, this is great. I'll show you the picture of which I still haven't shown you, like the first draft.
You still haven't shown me the first draft
like,
of the ring.
Not even the first draft of the ring, but just like when I went to the jeweler, and I had your mom's stone and like that stone put together, and be like, hey, how can we like, you know, we literally were just like messing around with it. Or like, what about over here, this side, like this side. You know what I mean? And then we came to a point where we were like, yes, that's it. And then they gave me a model, and then I was like, okay, can we do this? Can we do that? So, yeah, I think that was, but with the final product, I was like, once they like showed it to me, like the 3D model, I was like, yes, like that's, all right, let's go for it.
You did the perfect model. After seeing, he showed me a few of the previous drafts, and I was like, no, you did it perfect.
There was one that was like, it was either that or the other one, and it was essentially literally the first one that they gave me, and I was like, oh, that's too easy. You know what I mean? Like I was like nah, you can't.
That's so me. Yeah, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, nah.
Nah, you can't work. You got better work for this money.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You better work for this shit, bro. Like, I'm not gonna give you my money.
We still gotta
nail it on the first one. but I'm glad that we came with the little like twist on the sides, because
it just makes me feel so. I don't know. It makes me feel really beautiful.
Because you are, baby. Yeah.
I don't know, something about it. I don't know. It just, and it's so sparkly. Like it's real. Like I didn't think it was gonna be so sparkly, but really, it's so sparkly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think we're us talking about the wedding. You know, I mean, I obviously come from like a traditional background. People, you know, we get married in churches. I mean, you guys know, like I have my own journey with spirituality where I'm somebody that does believe in a higher power. I do believe in God, but things in the past that have strained me away from my faith were the people that also believe in God, the people that attend church. I had a nightmare roommate. A bunch of you probably remember. I had a nightmare roommate who was my best friend, whatever. She got what I call drunk on Jesus and like lost her ever-loving marbles. And essentially tried to ruin my life in a number of ways. And like that with a bunch of other factors, but I just I felt like I had to find my own way with my faith and my spirituality, being somebody that is also like a manifestation girly, and I believe in energy and like things like that. So my family is very traditional, and I do believe that we will get married in a church, but it's going to be really interesting to see like how we can really customize our day to feel like we're going to have that traditionality with like our modern spin. But I've been panicking this week. I guess I should tie this into the TikTok ban.
Yeah.
You know, like the TikTok ban, there's been so much like speculation about it. Obviously, like people have been talking about it for years. Like TikTok's gonna get banned, whatever. And you don't think it's gonna happen because it's been such a threat for so long, and it's just kind of like these millionaires and billionaires like bitching at each other because one wants what the other has because what they have is never enough, and you just think it's ridiculous. But it's at the point now where, okay, TikTok may get banned on January 19th, and I'm essentially losing like 80% of my income, you know? And that's not to ask for sympathy or like pity or anything, because
but it's worrisome. Like
it's worrisome, but also people don't have empathy for like content creators or influencers or anybody that like uses social media for their income, because I think that there's this assumption that if you are just living off of your social media that you must be making so much money. The majority of content creators that you guys watch and listen to, like, they're not making Alex Earl money, okay? They're not making Monet McMichael money. They're not making Clark money. Though these are all content creators and influencers.
Let's say, who are these people?
Because those are girls who their rates for one video is like 70 grand for a 1 minute video. You know what I mean? We're not making that, okay? I make a lot of my money through UGC ads, and a lot of my money through sponsored posts and viewership, which don't even get me started on that mother effing program because TikTok has put that in the shitter. But I was working as a waitress I've been working in food since I was 13, and TikTok gave me the ability to make the jump into being basically an artist full time, because being a content creator, I'm still creating brand awareness for myself and my music while I get that ready. Yeah. And it just kind of sucks that like I worked so hard to get here, and it makes me worrisome for planning the wedding, you know, if TikTok does get banned. But it also makes me like a little heartbroken, because the reality of it is I do have to go looking for a major new source of income. And my ego is a little bit attached to that, because I'm like, I worked so hard to get out of that. And it was such a beautiful, prideful, sunny day. My last day of waitressing, I was like, wow, like I'm going to figure it out. And to feel that like I'm reliant on an app is a little embarrassing, because I should be out of that. And I've obviously, you know this, I've been struggling to find like management and agents that like want to rep me in a like and can actually assist me. Right. So I've been doing everything myself. I made the podcast myself. I'm doing the music myself. I'm pitching myself. I'm emailing myself. My friend Dominic helps out and reps me in like a lot of ways as well, but kind of just as a friend, not so much as like a full-time agent. And it is a sucky feeling like, okay, like my PSA series, that took a lot of time.
Yeah. My question is like, can you, using VPN, still use TikTok, and it's still, granted it's not in the United States, but it's in other countries that do have TikTok. Can you do that?
So a lot of people have been talking about using VPNs. And I guess a VPN is like what? It's like basically it's like an outside source destination of your phone or something.
Yeah, it's essentially where you can like it's used for different things. You can like I'm using this wrong and I'm butchering it, but like sort of like privatize your internet.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I think that's
right,
I mean? Though.
You know what I mean? Where it's like you can
virtual private network, is that what it stands for? Maybe.
Like that, yeah. Where it's like you can if you have a VPN and you have Netflix, you can sort of choose
what countries Netflix.
What countries,
oh, cool.
So like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's like as
So a lot.
you can use TikTok and like who knows where you can, what audience you can capture.
So that's
in other places and be like, oh shit, like, you know, maybe this is better than being in the United States.
and I definitely will experiment with using a VPN, but my issue still lies within the monetization of TikTok, because Canada, like if I set it to Canada, Canada's TikTok does not allow monetization for its creators. Its creators do not make money off of TikTok.
Canada's off to like some.
No, I know, but I don't know what other countries have the I don't know if any of the other countries have the programs that the US has
Let's check it out.
through TikTok. I mean, if I can't monetize on TikTok, then there's no point of getting a VPN, you know?
Yeah. Also, like, you know, it's one of those. Yeah, it's. I hear you.
So subscribe to the YouTube, please.
And Insta.
And you know, if you're listening on Spotify, please follow, share, and rate.
But yeah, I still think that, you know, I don't want to say most of your goals, but like as far as like mission accomplished, as far as like creating a following, as far as having having fans enough to like listen to your podcast, listen to like the new stuff that you're doing, listen to your albums, listen to your EPs, listen to like your content. So people are still like following you and just like reaching out for you. You know what I mean? And being like, hey, listen, what is Diana saying today? Like your opinions on things, like your PSAs. So people are intrigued and want to know what you're saying because you are very entertaining. You know what I mean? I think the whole hustle and bustle of it is where it's, you know, a little bit of uninspiring at times. Where we having to like, okay, I need to make something in order to like keep the people, you know, intrigued and being in their feed and blah blah blah, the whole algorithm shit, which is I'm like wave the flag. I'm like, I don't even know anything about that. I'm just like create something, put it out there, post and ghost. You know what I mean? But
it has gotten to a point where I do feel like I've attained a valuable skill.
Yeah,
like I mean, I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I'm an expert in this,
100%.
which feels really good and really cool. The same way that like it took me a long time to feel comfortable saying like I'm an expert in vocal arrangement.
Right.
Even though like I'd been doing it forever, I think it just takes a minute to feel validated.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. The TikTok ban, it's just, it makes me nervous. And the thing that makes me super, super nervous also is that like people in my life who like, God bless you, I love you guys. I really do. I know you're trying to make me feel good and safe and possible and all the things and positive. But I'll be like explaining it and people who don't rely on TikTok are like, oh, that's never going to happen. I don't know. And my friend who works, he's a music executive, but he has his own deal with TikTok, his own independent deal with TikTok's music sector. He kind of has a little ins and stuff. And he was just trying to put my mind aside. And I was like, yes, but what about the monetization? And he was like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't tell me to like be calm because this and this and this. But the whole reason, if I didn't make money off of TikTok, I'd be like, all right, balls to the wall. I gotta grow this following on Instagram or on whatever else people are using now. Blue Sky, Lemonade. I'm using Lemonade, but I'll be honest, I'm not a fan. I'm doing my very best to like.
Is that Beyonce's?
Lemonade? No. Lemonade is supposedly like another TikTok owned company, but it's like, I'm sorry if you use Lemonade. It's cute, but it's not interesting to me yet. I just feel like it's like another Instagram, but it's more difficult.
I mean, you know.
It's more difficult. And it's for like the prim and proper, like perfect aesthetic girls. Like, I don't want to be aesthetic. Like, I'm aggressive.
I remember when Instagram used to scroll right. You had to scroll right for stuff.
Damn. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I remember like having Instagram to like you'd be able to scroll right and just like follow, like if you're just scrolling down, but like once you hit a post, you'd be able to scroll right and then keep on following it. Thanks to TikTok, everybody started doing the scroll down.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? Thanks to TikTok, everybody used to scroll down.
So TikTok is, you don't have a homepage. It's just like you just keep on scrolling down.
Yeah.
So Instagram copied that. Instagram.
No, because Instagram was before TikTok.
They did the scroll down thing. Once you go to
Oh.
Once you go to a video on Instagram, this is what I'm talking about. Whatever. Let's say it's this right here. This is
before you like an algorithmic constant scroll.
Not even that, but before it was do right, you have to copy right and they'll
on the explore page.
Whatever it was.
Okay.
It's like you see video, you have to copy go right there.
Yeah.
When was the last time? When did you start with Instagram?
I don't know. I was in high school.
You should have known that.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
But no, listen. I think it sucks because obviously like it's firsthand for me, like with you, like experiencing that.
You came in the other day and you looked so sad. I felt like such a failure.
What do you mean?
You came in. He came in the house the other day. He was like, "Do you have a plan?" I was like, "Jesus Christ,
baby, I care about you, of course. Like, I want to know if you have something like, baby, if you were a fucking bum, I would still be like with you and make everything work. But I just want to know, like, for your sake, for your psyche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just know you.
I
know you. You're gonna fucking be in a room, fucking bumping, like, smashing your head on the wall and be like, I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And I know that. And I'm just like, I just want to be like, I'm here for you. Like always. And like, I was just like, we'll fucking make this shit work out together.
Yeah.
But I just want to know, like, hey, what kind of plan do you have? Because, it's...
Yeah, I got a few.
A week away.
Well, the good thing is my friend Dominic, who I just mentioned, who's works as like
has he been on Coffee Talk? Yet?
Absolutely, Dominic's been on Coffee Talk. We had such a long episode, we had to break it into 2 parts. Dominic and I.
There we go.
That was a great episode. If you haven't gone and listened to that, if you haven't listened to me and Dominic's episode, wow. He's got such great insight.
He's
like
a great guy in general.
He talked about like
really
people constantly assuming he's gay. And, like, him having to, like, really...
Wait, he's not.
No, but, like, he gets it. He's like, people will constantly assume he's gay. And then he'll have to... When he's around other straight dudes, he has to, like, really, like, make himself seem crazy. And he was like, I never feel that way around Dano.
No, because, I'm not...
But also it's like, he's been in musicals his whole life. So people just assume, like, oh, only gay dudes are in musicals,
Wait, stop.
No, but that was we talked about family trauma and everything. But me and Dominic we've designed a program for people who want to release their own music because there's so much talent out there, but people don't know how to start. Mm-hmm. So we designed a program that's going to help people start. And we'll be releasing it very soon. So that's what we had dinner over the other night. And we're bringing in, hopefully, some label people, some meta people, some Grammy-nominated people, some... Yeah, so it'll be really great. I'm excited to try it. Because it's not only, obviously, like, he has a lot of children, well, not, like, teenage clients, but also a lot of young adults in there, 18 to 23 range, but also regular, like, adults that are like, I just want to know how to do it. Yeah. And so that'll be really exciting. But... sad thing for me that, sorry. No. The one thing for me about TikTok, and this will be my last thing on it, is that it's really evident to anybody with a brain that they don't want TikTok for some of like the scariest and saddest reasons to me. They don't want, like, Mark Zuckerberg obviously doesn't want TikTok because he lobbied in DC, by the way, to not have to, it's his fault, to not have TikTok because he was losing money. But also, people really don't want TikTok because we learn so much. I've never, ever in my life would have, listened to a Supreme Court hearing or any court hearing, any trial. I've never felt so informed about my surroundings and my, local government. And I've never felt like I also have more of a say, TikTok has been so informative. Also, informative for me about other people, what people with disabilities go through. I don't know. I've just, trigger warnings, something so simple, Like you should say a trigger warning out of respect for people. And that's helped me. When somebody's like, trigger warning, I'm talking about this. And I'm like, I know that launches me into panic attack. So I got to scroll. I'm like, I'm so grateful for that. You know, little things like trigger warning. This is, I don't know. I've learned so much on TikTok, not only about like people, but about like my taxes, about music, about how to literally, it's assisted me in my career. I've connected with producers and people all over the world. And I've made just some amazing connections, network, and friends on TikTok. And they even said it like in the court hearing that they do in the initial, I guess, complaint or whatever paperwork they submitted into the Supreme Court. I don't know. I'm not a freaking attorney. But they even said like they essentially, I'm butchering the words, they don't want people being able to create their own narrative and talking to each other because it'll force certain political opinions. But what they don't know is that our political opinions or people's political opinions is coming from what they're seeing firsthand from like people's own phones. You know what I mean? Not trickled down through a huge media conglomerate, like,
Right.
you know, like CNN or Fox News or whatever. Like we're talking to each other and we are seeing that we do have more alike than we don't, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me really sad that the main premise of not having TikTok is to control the narrative and control how people talk and communicate. And that hurts more than anything, more than my wallet. That's scary to me.
Yeah, I think you can look at it in different ways. The reason why either it's being banned or the reason, you know, it's under this investigation or whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's one thing.
Yeah.
You know, I highly doubt that. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read that one of the guys from Shark Tank is planning on buying the TikTok.
Mr.
thing.
Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, he's looking to buy it.
So like, good. You know what I mean? So I think there's different avenues in which this can be resolved. Who knows? But I definitely think that, you know, it's I'm not informed enough to know about like oh dude, this is the reason why it's being banned. I just like whatever information I see and hear about it, I'm like, okay, this is my memory bank. Or
They're trying to pass it off that like China is stealing our data, but
are they though?
But here's the thing.
Are they?
Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg has sold our data many times over.
All right, but he's doing that too, right?
But people are saying that China wants our data, whatever. Have my data.
I don't want nobody to have my data.
But everybody has our data, babe.
I understand that.
We are merely at the expense of it. Somebody online said this, and I thought it was so interesting. They said, internet data is the new oil.
Yeah.
Because this
have
really...
the information, that's how they have their money. They can sell your information, and that's how they get their money. So I've heard.
Yeah, but because they're forcing... It's not even that, like... It's that they're forcing TikTok to sell. They're not trying to ban it for our safety. They're trying to pawn it off like that. But they're forcing TikTok to sell to an American company when American companies... And they said this in the Supreme Court thing. They were like... American companies do the same thing to other places. And they were like, yeah. And they're like, so if this was an American company, you wouldn't have an issue. And they were like, yeah, if America was doing this to somebody else, we don't have an issue. It has everything to do with, you know, America
with who's doing it. Not what they're doing, but who's doing it. That's essentially the problem.
Yeah, it's just like, why? And TikTok CEO was like, I have no intention of selling. I'm not going to sell. I don't want to sell. You know, so I don't know. Yeah. It's all a mess to me, but not only, I just know that so many artists and creatives have been able to make a living off of that app. Mm-hmm. So many artists and creatives, so many I know. John Luke, who's the like the New York City clout guy, who I love and I met years ago, and he's just such a cool being. Like, so many people have been able to be self-sufficient and to do what they love through TikTok, and freelancers, artists of any kind, authors, you know, so many, and small businesses, mom and pop shops, pizzerias, like, and that's where I'll leave it because I can talk about it all day, but it's really heartbreaking to see that, like, once again, we'll be the butt of the deal, of course.
Well, I'm sure that you'll find a way. You know what I mean? Like, like the end, it's TikTok didn't make you. You know what I mean? Like, you found an audience with it.
TikTok connected me to an audience.
That was a good bridge.
Yeah.
A very good bridge. But have those people reach out to you. You know, like, hey, listen, you're not away. TikTok's away. It's not because TikTok is away, you're away.
Yeah.
They have other ways of reaching out to you.
Yeah.
So just make sure that those people that are part of, your following, just bring them to wherever you're at. Whether it's your YouTube,
So follow me there, guys. Follow me somewhere.
Day of Music and all platforms. Follow her. Yes.
Okay. Speaking of always getting the shit end of the stick, I uploaded a video that I haven't uploaded to Instagram yet because I know Instagram is where all the haters are. Just haters of any kind.
Hate.
It's like not even hate towards me. It's just people on Instagram are so miserable. So miserable. And like the vibes are horrible. I feel the vibes on Instagram are like they equate to like a haunted fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
You're so right on that. You know how the hate is so much on Instagram? They have these, it's called chat music, where they'll show a video and all the hate comments, they'll make a song out of it.
Oh!
Yeah, like really, really good songs. Like, they'll take all, like, the best, like, burn,
oh, wait, you've shown me these videos!
Oh, I have, bro. They are the best. Some of them are, like, I can't even say here. Shit, like, I was just like, oh, that's good. But you can years of these songs because their hate is so pure.
But people on Instagram really are just like so miserable. TikTok, at least, like the hate is funny. Like if people are like sending hate comments, like they'll say a joke, they'll be like, "Oh, that's not," and then like if somebody says like, "Look at how beautiful my wedding dress is." People will be like, is the beautiful wedding dress in the room with us? Like, it's funny. It's funny hate. It's like a gag hate comment.
That was not funny.
You don't get it because you're a real person. No, but like on TikTok, there's at least a little tiny bit of support. Well, no, there's a lot of support on TikTok. I'm not even going to say that. But on Instagram, it is all like, it feels to me like it's all just nasty, angry, miserable people like that they just go on Instagram to like spread their bad day. I could go on Instagram and be like, adopt, don't shop. I love my rescue pups. And people will be like, well, you do understand that like purebreds, like if taken care of well, like you need to support like breeders. And if you're not supporting breeders, then you're just a fucking ignorant
that's the hate. That's the hate you're gonna get. But what video did you not post on Instagram?
Sorry, I'm getting on a tangent.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring you back. I got you, baby.
Thank you. I'm going on a tangent. But congestion pricing in New York City. And the way that people are so excited about it, and I'm like,
which I don't get.
I did my freaking research.
So what's so yeah, and enlighten me on this shit because
I want to start this off by saying
I've been a trainer, and when I mean a trainer, I've taken the train on a daily basis since day fucking one. I know how to drive. I drive like an old man. But I know how to drive. But no, I love taking my trains. No problem whatsoever. Maybe if I lived in, whatever. I don't. I live right here in the city. Always have been for like the last 15 years. But why do people love this whole condition?
Let me explain.
Because not as many cars are going to be around in the neighborhood?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes. Let me explain.
Understand that they're going to be substituted by fucking bikers?
That's literally what they want.
And cyclists?
They think that everybody in the city can just take the train or take the bus anywhere. And they're like, congestion is a real problem. It's about the environment. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. If they wanted to save the environment, they would turn Times Square off every night. When nobody's in Times Square, they would turn the lights off. Do you know how much energy that would save? I'll never forget during the pandemic where they were telling us to save energy and they were like, everybody needs to turn their lights off. I was like, nobody's in the freaking city. Turn fucking Times Square off.
Yeah.
We all have to social distance. Turn Times Square off for a night. And the amount of energy you would save, the amount of it blows my mind how people are so quick to drink the Kool-Aid of these stupid ass corporations. And let me explain something to you. I was so confused as to why people wanted this congestion pricing. And I want to be clear, I want it to work. People are talking about environment. People are talking about how the congestion downtown. If you've driven downtown, you know how crazy that traffic is. Wild, unnecessary. But I will die on this hill because I literally did the research. I got 5 pages of research. The issue will never be the New Yorkers that commute, the New Yorkers that just want to go in for a dinner, the New Yorkers that are that live there and drive. It will never be that. I will die on this hill. It has always been and forever will be the ride share companies that will profit exponentially at this congestion tolling deal because they lobbied for it like a bunch of fucking bandits. This is my problem. Congestion pricing, people are saying, oh, well, people in the city don't drive down there. You're a liar. Then why is there no freaking parking? Why in the East Village, when there's no big buildings, okay? It's not Soho, it's not Midtown. Why then is there no parking in the East Village? Because people drive, okay? Number one. Number two, saying that people don't drive because the statistics show that they say only 2% of low-income New Yorkers from the outer boroughs do daily commutes to work into Midtown Manhattan. They're like, so yeah, people don't drive. That's still 5,000 people. That's still 5,000 people. And they're saying, well, if you can't afford a $9 toll every day, then you shouldn't have a car. Here's the flaw in that thinking. First of all, it's not $9 a day. It's $180 a month. Why are you putting another bill on a working class person? Number one. Number two, telling somebody to sell their mode of transportation because they can't handle another tax or toll on them being put on them by the city that they live in, the city that they pay for. Why should somebody have to give up their entire livelihood? Because having a car is your livelihood. Being able to get out of the city and to travel from Long Island to Queens to the Bronx to North Jersey to Staten Island within a day, that is your livelihood. Okay, I drove in the city for years. Not having a car does feel debilitating to me. I loved having a car. I didn't care about the traffic because you know what? Nothing beats being able to go from Brooklyn to Lower Manhattan and to Harlem within 45 minutes in the middle of the night as opposed to an hour and a half train ride.
So you had to wake up in the morning and fucking try to park your car.
Oh yeah, parking, the street sweeping was out of control. But I gave my car back because of all of the tickets, because the city loves to go crazy on tickets. And during COVID, when there was no parking anywhere, because all of the restaurants put all of their outdoor seating in the parking areas, there was no parking spots, and I would be driving around for 4 hours at night in a neighborhood where that should have never been an issue.
They stopped it for a little bit during COVID.
Stopped what?
The alternative side.
Oh, they stopped it for a little bit, yeah, but there was still no parking. But when they picked it up, there was no parking. And then I would get tickets and my car would get towed. Yeah. But I distinctly remember that when I was really struggling with money, that the tolls would be the things that would overdraft my bank account.
Right.
And people forget, like, people in Staten Island, they're not going to take the Staten Island ferry to come to and from work. Not everybody can do that. People are going to drive into Lower Manhattan. People are going to drive into Midtown Manhattan.
What about the people in Long Island?
In Long Island, yeah, that's what people are saying. Like, oh yeah, well, commutership on the Long Island Railroad is up. Do you know what a monthly ticket for the Long Island Railroad is? Where my mother lives, it's $280 a month for a monthly ticket, and you have to pay for permit parking at the train station per year, which is $100.
So your mom pays what?
No, not my mom.
Oh, I was about to say your mom. I was like, wait, what? That's
no,
crazy.
No. You have to pay. If you are a city commuter and you go to work 5 days a week and you're using the Long Island Railroad, and this is the same thing with New Jersey Transit and the Metro North.
Long Island Railroad. Got you. Sorry.
because people are saying, oh, well, people should just take the train. Okay, now you're telling them that they have to foot a $300 bill extra every month or a $180 bill extra every month
having a car.
while having a car, while insurance is going up, while taxes are going up, while the MTA fare is going up in this August of 2025.
Yeah.
I'm really sick and tired of that. And you know what? Let me just be clear. I don't care if it's $9. I don't care if it's $19. I don't care if it's $1 fucking dollar. It has nothing to do with money and has everything to do with the moral for me.
I'm gonna start taking buses from now on and not pay the fare.
But
I'm 100%.
people already, yeah.
Because you know how many people I've seen like on a daily basis like jump the train, obviously not pay for the bus, and with the buses though, the drivers are told like don't fight the fare. Like, don't buy it. People go on, just do your route. You're getting paid for the route. That's fine. With the train is a little different because you can have, like, the cops in the train station. You have the DTs, your undercovers. You have everybody down there. So, like, it's a little different. You can get caught. You can get a ticket, and that's different.
But that's why people are...
buses,
but they're using that excuse to say that's why they need the congestion pricing, which is garbage.
That makes no sense, though, because I think more people are going to start, like... jumping the train, hopping the train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna do that. Also, why is it only this designated area of New York City and not all New York City? You know what I mean?
Why are you for congestion pricing right now?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do something, do it right? And I'm just like, I'm saying.
It's
like,
because that area has the most congestion, babe.
I know, baby. I know. I'm being like, is you know me? I'm being a little devil's advocate over here. But as far as like. Don't sigh. What I'm saying
you and your devil's advocate, your Aries sun.
You have to think of both sides.
But that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to explain.
You can't just think, I got you, baby. I'm not against you on this one. Don't fight me on this one, baby. We're on the same side. We're from the city, baby.
Okay. But what I'm saying,
New Yorkers.
I know, but my point is it has nothing to do with the money and it has everything to do with the mistakes that the MTA continually makes. And it will always, always and forever fall back on the working class New Yorker. Because you're right. If congestion was so bad, number one, if it was only about congestion, then they wouldn't charge people in the middle of the night. Number one. Number two, if it was about cleaner air, like I said, you would shut off the lights to Times Square and you would incentivize electric vehicles. But they got charged too.
We also live in fucking New York City. Like, there's nothing clean about this city at all.
Right. And the pollution in the city is out of control. And there's
nothing clean about the city.
Nothing clean. And the thing that gets me the most is, and I've posted this video and I'm afraid to post it to Instagram, but I think I'm just going to say, fuck it, we ball, and post it to Instagram and let people go nuts in the comments. The fact of the matter is Uber and Lyft are the catalyst for this major congestion. Okay? I'm not saying that traffic never existed in New York City, okay? It always existed. But if you look back to the traffic trends before Uber and Lyft launched in May of 2011 and in 2012, okay? Uber launched in 2011, Lyft launched in 2012. The average mile travel speed, okay, in the CBD, which is the Central Business District, 60th Street and below, which is Central Park and below, it was 9.5 miles per hour during like congestion times, okay? By 2014, there were more Ubers in New York City than yellow cabs. That's crazy. More Ubers in New York City than yellow cabs by about 500 cars. In 2024, there is 83,700 Uber and Lyfts in this city. And they don't all live here. These cars were not just here and they got registered. No. They're coming from Long Island, from Connecticut, from Westchester, from North Jersey, from Staten Island. This is an influx of cars, okay? Car registrations have gone up for regular New Yorkers, and that could be Uber and Lyft, but it's also people in New York getting their license more, which we should also be celebrating. Especially people in low-income neighborhoods getting their license. That's something that should be incentivized. But instead, we're shooting it down. And Uber and Lyft, by the way, they get an insane discount on this congestion toll. Ask me what it is. I think it's 75 cents or $1.75.
That's not even insane. That's ridiculous. Like insane good or insane bad, you mean?
They're getting a discount in comparison to what teachers, firefighters, plumbers, all these people are getting. And something else that's a huge piece of misinformation, I could keep going. Something else that's a huge piece of misinformation is people are saying, oh, here's our neighbors bowling again. People are saying that, oh, well, delivery trucks are only getting charged $21 per day. And because the streets are not going to be that crowded, they're going to be able to make more trips and therefore they're going to make more money. So they won't even see that charged. You have your information wrong. Delivery trucks such as like produce trucks or like a large tractor trailer or any sort of business truck.
My industry is being affected. So
yes. These trucks are not getting charged $21 per day. They're getting charged $21 per trip. Per trip. So if they have to go from the Upper West Side to the downtown to Upper East Side to Midtown, if they in the middle of the day have to go in and out of Queens to where their warehouse is or in and out of Brooklyn and they have to come back, they're getting charged multiple times. And even if they don't see that charge because they are selling more, they are going to price gouge the hell out of regular New Yorkers and say, oh, but it's because of the congestion pricing.
Yeah,
you
mom and pop neighborhoods, mom and pop businesses.
100%.
It's all the same thing. All the same thing.
100%. You think
same thing when the gas prices went up.
Yes.
Prices went up. They started including it into deliveries. They started including it into into fuel fare, which is bullshit. Per delivery, you charging us the I don't want to say the consumer, but the.
He's a chef, so he's speaking from the point of a restaurant. By the way.
Regardless, whether it's chef or anything, it's just that whatever business you're in and you're getting a delivery, you're still getting paid. You still have to pay for the fuel, and they do it per store. So it's like if I have 5 drop-offs and my fuel charge is $8 per delivery, so that those 8 is 8 times 4, and yeah, that's fine. You're not paying for the product, you're paying for the fuel. You're paying for product and fuel, and now congestion pricing. So you're getting paid like. Product is gonna go higher. I already received emails from vendors being like, "Hey, because of this, we're doing this." Like cause and effect. So it's bullshit.
I'm just. It's really. I'll be honest. Like I've said in the beginning, I think the idea of congestion pricing, less traffic downtown, is great, but for New Yorkers. Not for Ubers. Uber and Lyft are going to be the only people that can afford to be down there. And I don't think it's...
Yeah, but they're still going to charge the Uber and they're not going to pay for it. The customer is.
100%. But what I'm saying is they're going to be able to make more... They're going to get so many more trips down there because people aren't going to be using their cars down there. And my biggest thing is people don't understand that there are transit deserts in the city. Okay, I saw somebody tweet something on Threads or whatever, and they were like, guys, I made it through the city. I saved myself 20 minutes today, and all I had to pay was $9. Like you're bitching about like $9, but it's like but you're keeping your precious time, which is more valuable. And I'm like, no. You guys are telling everybody. But you're telling everybody to use public transit. Yeah. So you're saying your time is so valuable, but you're encouraging people to tack on 90 minutes in some cases to their commute because there are transit deserts, because not all trains and buses reach all boroughs and all areas and all fucking crevices of New York City. Ask people in the Bronx, ask people in Queens, ask people in Brooklyn. And to the people that say that poor New Yorkers don't have cars, you are fucking led astray. You're telling me people in low-income neighborhoods don't have cars?
They need cars sometimes.
They need cars sometimes, number one. And number two, I'm sorry, have you ever driven through any areas that are lower middle class in the Bronx or in Queens or in Brooklyn and tried to find a parking space?
Even in Manhattan. Like, there's low fucking income cities in Manhattan.
1,000%. But they're convinced that people who have cars, they just don't exist. And I've never seen more people than in this situation say, well, then just move out of New York. The privilege is loud as shit. Loud as shit. I have so much to say about this. I could talk about the budget. I could talk about John O'Lieber, the MTA commissioner's freaking yearly salary. I could talk about all of this. but it's in my 2-part series. Congestion, yes, it's unfortunate that downtown has a lot of traffic, but don't put it on the backs of New Yorkers that already have to pay so much in taxes. We already have to pay so much in freaking tolls, and people should not have to pay to, one, go home, and they should not have to pay to go to work. And you know what? They shouldn't have to pay to travel around the city that they already live in. Okay? Sorry.
There's only one thing we should do, baby.
Oh.
Move to Puerto Rico.
We will eventually move to Puerto Rico. Part-time or full-time?
Puerto Rico.
Speaking of Puerto Rico, let's end this episode on a beautiful, happy note.
My guy.
His guy.
My boy.
I love him, by the way.
But I don't know. But en mi corazón.
Go ahead, speak on it, baby. Why don't you tell everybody what you feel about?
I do. No, yeah, I think here's the thing about him.
They don't know who we're talking about yet.
I just speak, my love.
Okay, sorry.
It's a suspense. I was gonna say him. People are gonna be like, who is he talking about? And then I was gonna drop the name.
Okay.
Baby, let me cook.
I'm sorry. You know I am.
Let me cook.
I'm trying to let you cook.
You're not.
Sorry.
Here's the one thing about Bad Bunny. Dios mío. That's it. I don't want to say surprises me, but he's not only obviously I'm Puerto Rican and I'm a little biased in this conversation. How I feel like I think the guy is fucking fantastic. The guy's great. But also he is not afraid to make his type of music and know what hits and what doesn't hit. You know what I mean? This album is DTMF. That's the acronym. Debí tirar más foto. I should have thrown more pictures. I should have taken more pictures. Is the translation to that? It's like, I don't want to say an homage to Puerto Rico, but it's definitely, besides reggaeton and trap being a Puerto Rican genre, he definitely took it to like the roots of Puerto Rico, where it was like bomba, plena, salsa, merengue, and had his own, I think his own words, like one of like the every other couple days there's like a different song of his in number one. I think right now is which is the name of the album, Debí tirar más foto, which is like a new version of Plena. And he has like a salsa song in there, and he has like this balada song in there, and it's just like, all right, this obviously if he would have dropped this as his first album, obviously it wouldn't have been as huge. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's like the one thing about it. He definitely played the game first, being a trap artist and being like just a rapper in general, and just like killing it on featurings and just like having his own different type of songs. And when he dropped his first album, was like a little bit like, okay, he has his own style, his own verse. And then he's dropped his second album. It was like, okay, it's very different from the first one. Mm-hmm. And then his third one, which was just like, okay, this is a fucking banger, which was like Un Verano Sin Ti. I think that was the third one. But it was like he just does bangers. But with this one, it hits more because he's been so vocal about Puerto Rico in general and about like the politics about Puerto Rico, mm-hmm. where like the political party that just won in Puerto Rico is the political party who is for statehood, and obviously he's, I think he's of the state of mind of being independent. Puerto Rico should be an independent country, and mm-hmm. Holding our own and keeping what we hold true, and don't forget about our roots, and that kind of like um train of thought. But like this, like he has, and I told you about this last time. It was like he has an album called "What Happened to Hawaii,"
Mm,
and which is
the
like
song.
when I heard it, yeah, he has a song who's like he says don't let go of the flag, don't forget about the lelolai, which the lelolai is like some sort of like rhythmic uh like scat that they will say, and especially like
Around the holidays, right?
holiday songs, and just
Yeah.
like hiwaro songs, like hiwaro, lole lolai, stuff like that. She's like, don't forget about the flag, don't forget about the little lie. I don't want the same thing that happened to you, to what happened to Hawaii.
Oh,
And where it's like this whole like, look at Hawaii, like yes, beautiful, you know, state. Like I don't even. That sounds wrong for me to say. Like I don't want people to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to one of the states, Puerto Rico. That breaks my heart.
mm.
You know, and he has like different songs as well, where it's just like, you know, it just hits you like when you grew up in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico, especially like in the holidays where the bomba y plena is going on, and salsa. I grew up with salsa, like my
Yeah.
mom's like plays salsa like hardcore, and a little bit of bachata as well, which like there's some Puerto Rican bachata, but it's fucking top tier, and just like it being not only like one of the number one artists in the world, a song that's plena, a song that's salsa being number one in the world. It's one of those things. It was just like, all right, like fucking
Dude,
take my hat off to that guy, because he's doing something that he's true to himself. Like
yeah.
he's not a you know uh, he doesn't have to satisfy anybody. He doesn't have to whatever. And there's different artists that have done that as well, but not as not have the success that he's had, and it's a shame. But like Resident is the same way,
Mm-hmm.
and like different artists who have strong political thoughts, and have like strong opinions about like Puerto Rico in general,
Yeah.
where it should be, how it should be, and always speak to the people. There's this phrase, they say Boricua despierta, like Boricua wake up. You know what I mean? Like it's and just the politics of Puerto Rico has always been a mess, and it's like, oh fuck, like,
Yeah.
and people love the state hood. People don't like the state hood. People like how it is right now. People just like it's this whole back and forth, and
I think
just him doing that, which is very it's unique. It's great, and just like listening to it, just like gets you in like in that,
Bad Bunny is a generational artist, you know. Bad Bunny to me, like he my dream, my goal, I don't like saying dreams, but my goal is I want to be able to like instill that feeling in people. I'll never forget that when we were in Puerto Rico, you couldn't escape. There was no other music playing.
yeah.
There was no other music playing.
Yeah.
Everywhere there, and it was constant music. Like there was not a moment where you walked down the street and there was silence. There was
Yeah,
not a
no, it's
moment where you walked on the
music.
beach and it was just the beach. It was
Nah, music
if a
is
car wasn't if a
part
car.
of our culture. It's like a day-to-day thing.
No,
It's
I
not
know, but I
like,
mean him specifically. That
Right,
like a car would pass by, it would be him playing, and then we would walk into the store and there would be something playing, and then if we walked outside of the store, somebody would be walking by with like it playing from their
that's
phone.
the thing, because he's so good at music that he knows that, and he grew up with that,
It's insane.
and he has
It's
like,
so inspiring.
and he has these like, and he's a grotesque artist. Like don't get it wrong. Don't get he's a great artist, but he's a filthy artist. You know what I mean? He talks about like women and like tota, crica, puñeta,
Yeah.
like all this fucking like nasty, grotesque stuff. But that's how we grew up. We grew up with fucking underground and reggaeton, and just like fucking, dancing, partying, and smoking, and drinking, and just like, what I
Yeah.
mean? And idolizing women, and like, you know what I mean, and having this like fucking what you call it, like this drug dealing lifestyle, and liking it. It's all part of the culture, and he brings that in a way that, not in a womanizing way, but in a way that was like, he says it, he's like, this is how I grew up. We grew up with this music. We like it.
But
you know what I mean?
I think also, though, this album that he's got going, I know you're not on TikTok, but I wish you were to see the trends that are happening because of the album he released.
What are the trends? Tell me.
So he's like, I know the lyrics because of TikTok of, I guess it's the main song where it's like, I should have taken more photos. I should have, given you more hugs and given more kisses and stuff like that. And people are uploading photos of like their favorite people in their family. And it's like old photos of like their grandpa or grandmother or mother. And it's like all of these beautiful pictures. And it's all of them in Puerto Rico, or like, people from Colombia are doing it. People from Cuba, like they're posting photos of their family members, like doing, also doing their culture, like certain specific things, like, and it's really beautiful. And Bad Bunny like uploaded a video of like him crying because he couldn't believe that like people were really, it's just like, it makes me emotional because I'm like, to be an artist and have that.
Yeah.
That's like why you do art. And it also makes me upset because I don't know what label he's under. I know he's under a Puerto Rican label, but I don't know if he has some sort of other distribution under something else.
For the longest, though, he was independent.
But
he was independent for the longest, but I don't know about now.
But my thing is like, thank God he's not managed by like a label here in the States. Thank God.
He was managed by a label, and then he released. He said he wanted to let go. I think his first album was under like, I think it was.
It could have been under like a
label called Hear This Music.
Oh,
That's
I remember.
Why,
Yeah.
when you hear his earlier stuff, he always says like, "Hear this music." I don't know if his first album was part of it, but definitely like leading to that, he was part of that. He has another song as well where he says that's what Bad Bunny has, really good like bars, like a couple of lyrics. He says he said, "In my life you were a tourist. You only saw the best that I had to give."
Wow.
And you know what I mean? You never saw like my sorrows and my pains. So it's like,
in my life you were a tourist is dark.
In my life you were a tourist.
That's deep.
You only saw the best that I have to offer, the best I had to give. You know what I mean? You only saw the best of me, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, like this guy is like, yeah. Sometimes he has some songs I'm like, I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to like this sad song all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But like when you listen to to the lyrics, you're like, alright, fine. Fine. You win, Bunny. You win.
Well, all the congratulations to Bad Bunny and on that album.
He's the fucking man, bro. He's the man.
So let's end the episode.
Yeah, he's just like, he has good shit. Like, yeah. He's like, in the morning coffee and in the night rum.
So let's end this episode with a few rapid fire questions, and they need to be rapid fire, no explanations.
Okay. You have the questions for me?
No, I have them in my brain.
Oh shit! All right.
The rapid fires are, people asked me on Instagram the other day.
Go for it.
And in my DMs, and I said, and we did this in our episode that we tried to film, but it didn't work out. Okay. And so more people actually ended up sending in more questions.
Bring it on.
Okay, first question for you.
Talk to me.
What's your favorite pizza spot in New York City?
Oh shit! Right now, I don't know. Prince Street Pizza is dope. And I'm a sucker for Coronet.
Coronet, yeah. Big sucker for Coronet.
Yeah, Prince Street and Coronet. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. And second rapid fire question is, what was your first impression of me?
Hot stuff. Hot stuff. She's hot. She's hot. Got a body on her. Stay away.
He literally has in his old work notebook,
86 Diana.
And if you have ever worked in a kitchen, you know what 86 means.
Damn right.
So he said 86 Diana at work.
86 Diana. And
we got to frame that for our wedding.
Sure.
Next question. Oh wait, hold on. What was the next one? Oh, well, next question is, when did you know for sure that you were going to propose?
I don't. That's not a rapid fire. I can't answer that too quick. No, I think for sure was. Listen, when I had the conversation with your parents, how about that? Like,
I think,
when I was having the conversation with your parents, what you're answering for?
No. I'm sorry. I'm reframing the question. I think it was like, when did you know for sure that I was going to be the person you were going to marry? Is a better way to frame the question.
When I'm trying to think of like this a specific time, I was like, oh, okay, no, I told you this when you broke into my apartment and and you started posting like the quotes of like Anthony Bourdain and Jordan Peterson and just like have like little like, affirmation notes and
like
yeah,
motivational things
and also like it goes hand in hand. Like you passed the test with my best friend and his wife. Like my best friend Travis and his wife Elise. Like they're if you don't like my family don't give you a pass, then I'm sorry. I can like you all I want, but my family don't like you. Then it's like sorry.
So all in all,
buddies.
All in all, guys, break into someone's house and they may make you their wife.
Do that.
I broke into your apartment.
Yeah, but that's because my boy was just like
and decorated your bedroom when you got a promotion and we weren't even together.
Yeah. You lucky.
And you're making me your wife.
You're lucky that I saw the good in that and not the psycho in it.
Break in. Do it. Next question was. Ooh, I forgot. I think I forgot the next one. Oh, what's the most difficult part about
being with you?
Being with me.
You know I'm gonna answer that.
It's probably my laundry.
No, you goddamn right. I love you. I love you so much. It's gotten to a point where I'm like I've told several people about this, and it's like just in order for it to be like it's okay to speak about it because I love you so much, but there is some sort of unorganization part of you.
I like my organized chaos.
That it's not organized. That's the best part about it.
It's so organized in my brain.
If there's something on the floor when I leave on my 12-hour shift, you shush.
Don't start this with me.
I will have it right. Oh, we can do another podcast. Maybe.
We can do. Okay. So it's my laundry. That's the rapid fire laundry.
It's still there.
No. It's my laundry. No, because you don't want my rebuttal on this because you don't want me to talk about all of your freaking beer cans.
I can take care of it. No problem. Done. But then she'd be like, "Oh, he takes care of it. I don't need to take care of it." No. False. Not happening.
Okay.
Not with me,
I'm happy you got it out.
Sucker. I'm not going for it. And this is the woman that I chose to marry.
Okay, yeah. No, you can talk about my laundry, and then I'll talk about all of your beer cans. Anyway, okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so...
Recycle. I wait for the recycling guy.
You wait for the recycling guy, so you leave them all over the apartment?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Easy fix.
Do you have any rapid fire questions just from yourself to me?
No, I don't think any rap. Listen, babe, I'm secure with what I have. I know. I know what you got.
Oh, I got a rapid fire question for you.
Dios mío.
What was your most embarrassing moment
with you
in this relationship? That like the way you've
Oh, I don't know.
I was thinking towards the beginning of our relationship when we were messy.
I don't have an embarrassing. No, nothing has been embarrassing. You haven't been embarrassing. What do you have? What are you thinking about? You have something in mind?
Where I was embarrassed, or when you embarrassed me? It's like kind of both. Yeah. I don't want to say it actually. I might cut it out.
We'll beep it.
You had accidentally. You were reading a text from somebody that you used to know and accidentally called me that person's name.
Oh, that's okay.
And I was like,
yeah, that was the beginning of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's forgiven. That was 5 years ago.
I know, but it was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was like we weren't even official yet.
I know, but I still think about
Yeah,
it.
That don't count. That shit don't count.
All right, guys.
That
We
shit
know
don't count.
this one was a lengthy one. We wanted to make it short, but we never can.
Once you were going like riffing with the congestion pricing, I was like, so long for this fucking 45-minute one.
Maybe I'll trim that part. I'll trim a little bit of it.
No, that's fine. That was good.
Okay.
That was good.
Well, guys, remember, TikTok may be banned, so please follow me on other platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and definitely rate this podcast if you like it and enjoy it. Listen, we might not have all of the fancy bells and whistles, okay? This may not be a simple 30-minute, 45-minute podcast, but you're going to get the real, the authentic, the good, bad, and the ugly. Even if it's embarrassing, even if it's long, even if you only listen to half, at least you're here and we're happy to have you.
The good, the bad, the embarrassing.
The good, the bad, the embarrassing.
Ooh, that's a good name.
For who?
The podcast.
We have a name. Okay.
Coffee talk. The good, the bad, the embarrassing.
Oh, like a subtitle.
Like,
Okay, all right.
Like a slogan.
All right, fair.
See? That's what I'm here for. Guys, jewels.
Also,
gems.
anybody that is here, jewels.
Gems.
Anybody who is here in New York City, February 1st, if you want a beautiful...
Don't drive and then they pass 96.
Don't drive. And I'll battle anybody to the death on this issue because I want congestion pricing to work, babe. We're on the same team. Okay, sorry. I'm just getting fired up again. If anybody is here...
So pretty.
Okay, that's my line. Anybody's here February 1st, I will be doing an intimate session at Winnie Said. I will be performing, me and my very good friend, my guitarist, Chris Mads Music. We are performing at Winnie Said on February 1st.
How intimate? Is it this intimate?
No, it's not this intimate.
All right, cool.
But please come by. This year is going to be the year that I perform more than I ever have in a year. That is on my vision board. That's on my manifestation board. And I'm also excited to announce here. Really?
I've been here this whole time.
I'm also excited to announce here that I will be performing in a full-fledged show sometime in February or March. Dates are not solidified yet. Full band. We're selling tickets. If you are a Patreon member, you will be getting the tickets first and possibly a discount.
Oh, shit. Free. You get them for free.
And I am performing at my first ever
Coachella.
full concert.
Well, that's news to me.
I know.
Holy shit.
So it's really exciting.
All right. We got concerts and look at that. That was a little surprise for me. Huh? A little surprised. Congrats. Good stuff.
I am so excited I'm so excited for you to see me on stage again. Before we ever started seeing each other, he saw me on stage for the first time, and I'll never forget that night.
Yeah, and I was in awe. I told you, my jaw dropped. I was like,
I remember seeing you from the crowd, really. Yeah. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being listeners. Make sure you share this. Make sure you tell people about it. Make sure you follow us. And we'll see you on...
Don't follow me.
We'll see you on the next one. So thanks for sharing your cup of coffee, cup of tea, and a freaking martini.
Damn right.
It has been Coffee Talk. See you later.
Talk.